Hey Taeler Army, Slinky the Weenie, and Taeler Hendricks here. First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much to every diehard Taeler fan that has been in the Taeler Army with me before we even had a Taeler Army since day one. You all rock. Seriously, you guys are wicked. And I hope that you guys will all join me in welcoming all of my new subscribers to All Things Taeler. Welcome to my tiny house on wheels. Feel free to follow Slinky the Weenie. Right, Bubba? Hi. Feel free to follow Slinky the Weenie on Instagram with @slinky.theweenie, right? Because he is doing a countdown to Woofmas. That's right. We're going to meet Santa Paws. Oh my goodness. He is a riot. We are in full-on Christmas mode. I have a Grinch hat. I'm wearing Grinch slippers. I have little feet. Oh, thank you. You love mommy? Thank you. So, guys, I'm super stoked. We drove for hours and hours and hours through several states because I was kind of having the holiday blues. I was like, oh man, I really miss snow. I want some snow for Christmas. You know, I'm from the East Coast, man, and you know, Christmas isn't Christmas without it being, you know, freezing cold and lots of beautiful snow, right? I know you hate snow. So he is so upset with me because we drove, and I am happy to say we are all set up in America's Snow Playground, Vermont. So excited. We found this wicked cool tiny house community, guys, and we are just loving it. And what's really hilarious, guys, is I was so wicked lucky. Within a half an hour of us finishing setting up all of our hookups and letting the cats out and getting, you know, everything resituated in our tiny house and everything, and then we started like getting all of our, you know, Christmas stuff back up and whatnot. It started to snow. So it was like perfect timing. I was like, oh, whew, we did it. Yikes, we're done. So later on, I'm going to put some lights onto the tree. We're going to put up our ornaments. And then after this video, I'm actually going to be watching White Christmas with my mom. We'll press play at the same time and do it remotely since, you know, that's kind of been our tradition whenever I'm not home for Christmas. We'll watch it at the exact same time. We'll watch White Christmas and Holiday Inn. So I think it's super cool that, you know, for anybody that's seen White Christmas, part of it takes place in Vermont, America's Snow Playground. So I'm actually going to be watching White Christmas in Vermont. Super stoked. Something I've always wanted to do. And as I promised you guys in one of my last videos, I'm going to do my first ever, I believe, tutorial. I'm going to be showing you guys how to spice up your presents, basically, whether you want to go crazy fancy or if you just want to do like a little simple chic. Just a little something, something, you know, to spice up under the tree. You may not have a lot, but what you got, it can look pretty, you know? A little something for everybody. Isn't that right? I know you're going to be supervising me. He loves to sit in my lap while I'm doing things. So he's like my manager. He'll be supervising like, hey, I think you need a little bit more tape. Here, let me lick that. Let me snip this. Right, buddy? I know, I'm embarrassing. I know. So that is what we were going to be doing today. And just a little full warning countdown. You guys have actually 24 full hours left before I pick the final winners to win a Taeler Army handmade ornament. Tailor-made by me. Pun intended. Yes, handmade with love. Like I discussed on my blog, as well as Twitter and my last YouTube video. So you have 24 hours left. How you do that is by ordering a cameo through me or by purchasing a shirt on prowrestlingtees.com/TaelerHendricks. Every time you do that, I get a notification with your shipping address, so it makes it a lot easier, whereas Cameo, there's a slightly more steps. Every purchase through prowrestlingtees.com/TaelerHendricks actually helps me make pet beds for no-kill shelters out of old sweatshirts. So that's something really fun. Every Cameo from now until December 31st is actually going to be helping me donate to St. Jude's Hospital and Best Friends Animal Society. So no matter what you choose, no matter what, whatever, you're helping me do something, which I think is amazing, and it's just in time for the holidays. I can't see anything wrong with that. You know what I mean? I feel so blessed that, you know, no matter what I do, I'm helping in some way, and you all get to be a part of that. And you might win a free prize to put up on your tree for either this year or next year. So make sure you either order a cameo or order a shirt on prowrestlingtees.com/TaelerHendricks. As of January 1st, I will be discontinuing 1, possibly 2 shirts. So you never know which ones those are. All right, so let's get down to these tutorials. Let's find a way to make things simple chic or fancy. And believe me, I am a very hands-on sort of person, but nothing I do is extremely complicated. So here we go. And that was Salem making his introduction. Thank you. They are like so happy to be out of the crate. So one of the first things we are going to do is this. Yay, pretty. I like to make things that, you know, stand out and have like a fun color. So this way here, when you do it like this, it's very simple, and then they can flip the card to see who it goes to. So let's figure that out. Now I know some people are going to be like, well, how the heck do you do this in a tiny house that you're always moving around or whatever? Really nothing much about your lifestyle changes when you decide to go tiny. It really doesn't. I think people make it more extreme than it needs to be, but some people do go very extreme. I've seen tiny houses that are, you know, less than 100 square feet. For me, the biggest thing is staying organized. So I have all of my wrapping papers, baggies, tissue papers, bows, you know, sticker, all that stuff, all in one bin. And it's labeled. And that is how I've basically been able to stay functioning and living in a tiny house on wheels, especially with pets. So if you see me going like this and pulling things, that's actually my decorating bin. That I have all of my stuff ready to go to teach you guys how to make some of your stuff look cute. So our first tutorial we're going to do is this one. We are going to do a simple recreation of this, what I've made here. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's pleasing to the eye. And that's how I always feel. You know, if you have your ribbon like this, like obviously it's going to look a little bit janky, right? But if you have it for the most part straight, who cares? You know, if you're kind of, you know, not very good on money wise, it's very easy. You can go to the dollar store and get some of these ribbons. The dollar store has wrapping paper and the dollar store has bows. So really it's not that it's really not that bad. You know, you can spend $4 and make all the presents under the tree look cute. A little tip for parents, if you have young kids who still believe in Santa Claus, something really cool is make sure when you're wrapping presents for Santa Claus, make it its own wrapping paper. So any presents from Santa, make it all one wrapping paper. Don't use the wrapping paper that you're going to wrap presents that are from you in, you know? Kind of little subtle ways to keep the mystery more alive, you know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of people don't realize how smart kids actually are. They are like little sponges. They absorb and pick up everything. And that is something I really learned when I was a preschool teacher. People think I just worked like after school programs at the YMCA. I didn't. I actually was a preschool teacher at 2 different locations, and then I chose one over the other. And I had kids from ages 2.9 through 3. So if they were turning 4 and they were actually developmentally and mature enough to go into the next level, they would actually go into the next preschool classroom. So this is kind of some of the things that I've learned and picked up along the way as far as decorating, fine motor skills, and just keeping the mystery of Santa alive. Okay, so we've got our bow right here. We're going to be using this one. Just a very fun, basic bow. I actually did get this at the dollar store a couple of years ago, and it's lasted me all this time. The tags we are going to use came in a pack of 5. I wouldn't normally do a pack of 5 because it's kind of expensive and you only get 5 tags, but I just loved them and I was in a hurry. I got these from Walmart and I just loved the way it kind of interacted with the paper. You know what I mean? I think it's just really cute. So we are going to have basic Scotch tape and crafting scissors. I mean, really any scissors. These just happen to be crafting scissors. Fun fact, I've actually had these scissors throughout my whole career at Ring of Honor. I'm always like a mama bear, so whenever people would need something, they would always come to me. You need double-sided tape, go see Taeler. You need a hair straightener, Taeler. You need scissors, go find Taeler. You know, it's always like one of those things. So these are like some of my favorite scissors ever. They came in a sewing kit that I had, and I would also have the sewing kit on me. And I would be fixing people's gear and, you know, cutting things for them and all this stuff. I'm always like, you know, one of those. Somebody in the last video said I had like a soccer mom laugh, and it's so accurate because I'm just like one of those nerdy kind of people. That's like, oh, hey girl, what you need? Okay, yeah, I got you. You know, one of those. All right, so we're going to start. First thing you want to do is figure out how you want to give the person the gift. I personally think it would be kind of cool to do this one long ways, so vertically. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of eyeball your present. Very basic. Like I said, it's not that hard. I'm not one of those people that goes like, you know, like core math and it's like 50,000 steps. It's like, why can't we just do basic long division, guys? You know? So we're going to be doing the basic long division of these present fancifyings instead of making it crazy super complicated. So what you're going to do for this basic one is start taking your ribbon while it's still attached to the roll and go behind just like this in a straight line, and you're going to see how much you need. Once you figure out how much you need, then you're going to place it down. You're going to take your scissors and make a very quick, very straight cut. And by very straight, I mean just like, not like janky, you know? I honestly have no idea how I actually graduated from kindergarten. I do not cut very straight to save my life, but we make it work. In the words of Tim Gunn, I used to love Project Runway. So you're going to try to make it look like this. I'm like a little awkward because I have a dachshund in my lap, right? We're supervising. You're going to take some of your Scotch tape. You're just going to take a piece. I like the invisible tape, even though it's not really invisible, but when you rub it, it kind of blends in. So as you can see, this is the back. You always want to make your taping in the back because it'll line up with the tapes that you already have in the back. So my line actually stops here. I'm sorry, my nails are messy. Like I said earlier, I was moving my tiny house. So I'm going to tape my ribbon to itself, and then I'm actually going to tape the ribbon to the paper so that way it stays. So you can barely see it, right? So right here, you can see the tape that's going across to the paper, but up above it right here is where it's taped to itself. Super easy, guys. I told you, super easy, but it looks so cute. Now, I'm not going to promise that you'll be ready for, you know, rap battle or rap wars or whatever that show's called, but at least you'll have something cute and maybe earn yourself a few extra little brownie points. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a cute bow. I like to pick colors that mix and match and pop. And you'll definitely see that in one of the next gifts that we're going to do. So you're going to place this, you're going to peel off the sticking in the back. And here's a little tip, guys. If you've never used these before, which I think most people have, or they've received a gift that has, these things do not stay by themselves to save their lives. Half the time you'll be walking up to wherever you're going to bring the gift and it'll just come apart. So I actually like to put some tape of my own on it, and then what I will also do is take a little piece of tape, and you see this little flap that's on every single bow. It's like this little extra flap from when they finish making it. I take a piece and I actually attach my tape to that little flap as well, and then I'm just going to place my bow right in the middle. Boom. Now, since I've added my own tape, this will stay. And I won't have to be like, oh crap, my present's like falling apart and it's like, I'm melting, like the Wicked Witch under the, under the house. If you don't like my puns, sorry, but not sorry. You knew what you signed up for. Now, when you do these, a common mistake people make is attaching it too close to the edge, because then you can't spin it around to see who it's for and from, and it's kind of like, and then you end up ripping things. So you want to attach the ribbon under and around the bow, very easy, but leave a little tiny bit of slack. Enough slack where you can push in, and I will show you what I mean. So this one that's already finished, I can push this in, and it for the most part stays right where it is until I am ready, and of course it's giving me a hard time. There we go. So it's going to push in like that, and then when I'm ready for the person to see it, they can pull it out a little bit like this, and then it shows who it's from and for. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to take a piece of tape. We are going to take our little tags that were too expensive considering there's only 5 in a pack. And then what you're going to do, so you guys can kind of see. Sorry to disturb you, Slinky. He's getting full of glitter, by the way. So you see this? What we're going to do is we're going to put our tape on it. Just like this, and I'm going to bring that up to the screen. Putting it this far allows them to turn it, and it also allows you to kind of tuck it in like that. And then you go ahead and place it on whichever place you would like. So I kind of want it to stick out a little bit. And what's funny is the tape is a little bit bigger. So it actually helps me to secure the ribbon to the front. Ta-da! Isn't that super cute? And it can go like that. Ta-da, ta-da. Pretty. There's some extra brownie points for you this Christmas. There, very pretty. It's one of my favorite wrapping papers, guys, but I feel like I'm sprinkling pixie dust on Slinky here. Make sure you guys follow him on Instagram with @slinky.theweenie. We're doing a countdown to Woofmas, and he is definitely excited for Santa Paws this year. He has his own stocking up on our wall. So the next thing I want to show you guys is how to make a present pop with some color and some ribbon. So we've got this right here. Really pretty. We've got some really fun foil wrapping paper from Walmart, actually. And then the ribbon and the bow were from, the ribbon was from the dollar store, and the bow again was from Walmart. So we are going to recreate that one with this present right here. Same wrapping paper, same shape, just a bigger size. So the first thing we're going to do to stay organized is we're going to put that away. Okay, so this is the one we're going to use right here. Just a basic foil ribbon. Nothing crazy. And then we are going to make sure we know what kind of bow we want. So I think it'll be fun to do another red bow. So we're going to do this one. Yay. Another fun way to save money around the holidays is trying to find ways to save and reuse boxes, and you can reuse bows as well. So if you have parents out there and one of you is doing trash duty, you can kind of figure that out and save them. That's what I do. So some of these, even if they're used, you can still reuse them by using tape. And you're going to use tape anyway because these things are very, like I said, unreliable. So this one we're going to get a little bit more fancy with. We are actually, if any of you ever went to camp and you played with GIMP, it's a very similar concept. So any of you girls watching this out there and you played with GIMP and made those fun little keychain things with the GIMP strings, you'll know what I'm talking about and you'll have a giggle. It's like a flashback to the 90s and early 2000s. So we're going to start giving ourselves some slack here for the ribbon. And if you have extra, it's okay because we're going to make a bow. Yay! So we're probably going to do, I don't know, like 2 rulers width. You're going to cut your ribbon. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start moving your ribbon to the ends. And when you get to the ends, you want to make them even. So that way you can find your middle, because that's going to actually help you stay even and find your center. My cat's really going crazy. I thought it was someone at our door, and I'm like, no one knows this in this community, so look who's at our door. It's the cats. So once you find your center, you're going to do your best to kind of just eyeball the center of your present with the center of your gift and your ribbon. So that's what I've done right here. It's actually kind of funny because it's like right in between some trees. Now you are going to, if you would like, and I'm going to, I don't normally, but I'm going to only because I am in an awkward position with my dog and trying to show you guys. I'm going to tape down the center just so I have some better control. And until you guys get used to doing this, that might be a good idea for you too. So now I don't have to hold it because I taped it down into the center. Now, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly even. I'm not expecting you guys to sit here with rulers and measuring tape, but I mean, just eyeball it. Looks pretty good, right? Now it's still free flowing. What you're going to do, and why I say it's funny in the back, is you're going to take both strings. You're going to place the present down so you can kind of see it better. You're going to pull both of your strings, and then you're going to make them perpendicular or crisscross them. So you're going to take them and go like this so that they change direction in the back of your present. And the reason why you do this in the back of your present instead of the front of your present, you start in the front and then do the crisscross in the back, because then the pieces are going to come back around to the front. So here's the crisscross, okay? So I can redo that for you guys so you can try and see it. So here's my 2 pieces. They're attached to the front. Okay. We're going to go like this. See that? But then you're going to change direction. So then they crisscross and make like 4 little sections in the back of your present. Then you're going to place it back down, and you are going to come back to the front, and very simple. You are literally just going to make a quick tie down. Boom. See? In the front. Now, when you make the tie, very easy. Now you're going to basically go like you're tying your shoes. You're going to make the loop and swoop. Anybody seen Big Daddy? It's kind of like that. So, Slinky, you are making this so easy. You are so great in management. So funny. Please comment below if you end up trying some of these. I think it would be really cool to find out. So, we made a basic tie right here. And then what you're going to do actually is you're going to make another knot. Just a quick little knot. Like you were tying two ends together. The reason why you are going to do this is because it's going to change the direction of your 2 extra strings. And then you're going to go ahead and make another loop-de-swoop, like you're tying shoes. And because of that knot, it changes the direction and it's going to help you make a bow. And then you want to try to make the loops mostly the same size. So then it looks like this. I know it's a little hard to see, but when you see it all done, it's going to be great. So then you're going to make one more knot, and then you're done. So this is what it's going to look like right here. So it looks like a little fun little action right in the front, in the middle of your present. And then we're going to do the same thing we did in the last one. We're going to peel the paper off the back if it cooperates with me. And if you're like me, you put down things and then you're like, wait, where did I put the tape? So you're going to grab your Scotch tape and again, put some tape on that sucker. Nothing's worse than being like, oh, here's your gift. I hope you love it. You will then tape your, thank you, Salem. You're going to tape your bow down into the center of the knots that you made. And feel free to tape down a couple parts of the ribbon if you would like. It's not going to do anything except make it more stationary, which I mean always helps, you know. And you will end up with this. Not too shabby, eh? I'm like all over the place because I've lived in so many different places. I say wicked like Boston. Sometimes I call subs grinders. And then I'll be like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm from living in Kentucky. It's like all over the place. So this is something very simple, guys. It sounds, when you're explaining it, it sounds a lot more complicated than it is. But there's the back with the little crisscross that we did. And there's the front. And then you would just go ahead and place your tag.